In the American tradition, which would be E.B. White, the great journalist who kept tabs on the American Congress, but in the Scottish tradition, the Glasgow media groups, Bad News, and media critiques of the way that the media tries to frame and load certain discussions. Wings Over Scotland is absolutely brilliant at picking that out, as is Stephen Payton. So we have the news service, we have the Mavericks, and I think where Bella sits in is what I would call the sort of the ideas engine room of Scottish alternative media. The brilliant thing about the internet is that it's not a place of scarcity. It's a place that can contain all and any expression that you give it. And I think there has to be a place, and Bella Caledonia is that place, where people who are either academics or intellectuals or writers or none of the above, but who want to conduct an argument or to bring your attention to something with the freedom and the liberty to write it as they see fit, trying to communicate to people but not running away from complex ideas, not running away even from a certain element of literary experimentalism or a certain belief in the power of abstract ideas. There has to be a place that can express intellectual energy in the Yes movement and in the independence movement and in the general movement for maximum Scottish progress. And that place is Bella Caledonia, and that place has been Bella Caledonia for quite a few years now. And I think one of the important things about this appeal for funds, which I think is an opening appeal, and I think it should be continuing and people should be trying to figure out how to subscribe to Bella Caledonia, is that they have stuck with the various ups and downs and evolutions of Scottish self-determinist politics for many, many years. And they have been, if you look back through the archive of Bella Caledonia, there is an extraordinary richness of material. I mean, if you wanted to pull a book anthology out of stuff that's been printed in Bella Caledonia, it would be an extraordinary volume. But it's that combination of being able to get stuff up in response to the news agenda, but also to be able to run something that is poetic, mysterious, challenging, intellectual, academic, but always with a sense of how do we communicate this to the movement, how do we get these ideas into people's heads and hearts such that they can act in a way that makes Scotland a more vibrant, self-determining, more empowered place. Bella Caledonia is absolutely central to that process. We as citizens have to value that. If we've come alive and we've burst into flame as citizens as a result, as a consequence of the independence movements and the self-determining movements, there are certain consequences from that. You know, we have to get out the house and go to meetings, that's one thing. But we also have to look at what we spend on our media, and we have to decide what it is that's worth our time, attention and resources. There's plenty of stuff that isn't, but in the Scottish context and in terms of taking Scotland forward to whatever future it has, but certainly one that involves more self-determination and power for the country, Bella Caledonia has to be the place that you give your time, your resources and your commitment to. So I would urge everybody watching this to do that as much as they can in the last few days.